What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys my everyday makeup routine. I typically don't wear makeup every single day, but when I do, this is what I go for. So I'm going to start off with the Laura Mercier primer. This stuff is so moisturizing, so I love to use a moisturizer or a primer like this before I put on a ton of makeup. Then I'm going to prime my eyelids with some of this concealer that I just got from Doll 10. Doll 10 has a lot of really cool products. I think they're new. They just sent me a package with a ton of makeup, so you'll see that I'm going to be using a lot of their products throughout this video just because I've been testing them out and actually really like them. Lately, I've been putting concealer on my lids before I go in with eyeshadow, just because I feel like it gives a clean slate, and I always like to set it with some Laura Mercier setting powder before I go in with the shadow. It just allows the shadow to blend out super nicely and you won't have any patchiness or splotchiness. Then the eyeshadow palette that's been my go-to is this Flesh palette. I only use this brown shade in the palette, and I basically just dust it all over my crease and on the lid. It just gives a little bit of definition. Then I typically like to use a brown eyeliner. I love this one from Kat Von D. It is in the shade Mad Max Brown, and it is so easy to create a wing with. I usually do a wing just because I like the way it looks on my eye shape. And the biggest tip I have for creating the perfect wing is to kind of just take the outer corner of your eye and line it up with the outer end of your eyebrow, and then I just connect it at the middle. Then I'm going to go ahead and pop on some falsies. These are from Ardell. They're just called Demi Wispies. They're so natural, and I love them because the band is a clear band. They're really easy to work with, and I always glue them on with Duo Glue. You can find this anywhere, and it honestly works so amazingly. I've never had any issues with lashes popping off or anything like that. When I apply fake eyelashes, I like to come from the top and pop them on, and then I take some tweezers and pinch my real lashes up into the false lashes, just so you can create a really seamless, natural look. And I always go in with some mascara afterwards and blend them all together. This mascara is Laura Mercier's new mascara, and I'm so in love with it. It is so pretty. It's a little bit of a drier, chunky consistency, which I personally like in a mascara. I feel like when you have too wet of a mascara, it's hard to get your lashes to do what you want them to do. So I really love this stuff. Again, I think it's one of their newer mascaras. So I'll just keep making my weird mascara face. I think everybody makes a weird mascara face when they're doing their lashes. And just make sure you really blend all of your natural lashes up into the falsies. For my eyebrows, I'm just using this NYX brow pencil. It works wonders. It's just like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, so that's what I would compare it to if you guys are familiar with that. And I basically just fill in any sparse areas. I don't typically always do my eyebrows because, as you guys can tell, I kind of have really dark, strong eyebrows as it is, so I don't like to go overboard with this because they can get a little heavy. And then I always use a brow gel though, and I was about to use this Glossier one, but it is tinted, so usually when I go in with the pencil, I'll just use a clear one. So this brow gel is from e.l.f., and it's basically like hairspray for your brow hairs. This stuff is literally like, I think $2. It's double-ended, so you get so much product, and I'm obsessed. So then I'm going to use this. It's like a CC cream or tinted moisturizer. It's from Doll 10. It's in the shade Tan, and it's basically the exact same thing as the IT Cosmetics CC cream. Here comes Smiley again. But it basically works the same. I honestly can't tell a difference at all. The only thing is that the packaging isn't as nice as the IT Cosmetics one, because if you guys can tell, I'm really struggling to get the product out of it. I don't know what's wrong, if it's just like my pump or if they're just constructed differently. But I really do like this foundation. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and as you can tell, I use the smallest amount because I'm so freaked out by full coverage products. So I like to look like a person and not a painting. So I like to use the smallest amount, especially if something is really high in coverage. This stick is from NARS. It's just a creamy contour and highlighting stick. What's cool about this is when you blend it out, it turns to powder, so you don't have to like set it down or anything. I really like the color. I use this as like a summer color because I'm a little bit more tan right now. It's in the shade Laguna. And yeah, I think like one of my first ever YouTube videos was reviewing this stick, which is crazy. That was like 3 years ago. But I still have it, still works, and it's probably expired, but oh well. But I'm just blending it out with this Sephora face blender brush, and it's always just worked really well with this product. Then I'm going to take a cream or liquid highlighting product. This is from Dalton, just a tad bit on my beauty blender, and press it into my cheekbones just before I go in and set everything. So I'm using all the cream products first. Another tip for this setting powder is to use a little puff. I get these from Amazon, and it's so much better than using your beauty blender to set everything down, because I feel like my beauty blender was getting so gross from the powder. It was like holding onto it and getting really hard. So I've been using these puffs, and it lays the powder so much better on your face as well. This second powder that I'm using it looks like the same, and it is from Laura Mercier, but it is their like shimmery setting powder, and I love to use it as a highlighter because there's no sparkles in it. It literally just looks like straight glow, and you guys can barely see, like it's just so natural. And then I'm using the same bronzer that I've been using for the past 2 years. This is the Becca bronzer in Kapari Coast. I'm obsessed. It is the perfect shade if you are an olivey undertone like I am. Honestly, it might look good on other skin tones too. And then I'm going to use my newfound obsession, which is blush. I've always loved blush, but these Buxom blushes have changed the game for me. This one is in the shade Dolly, I believe, and I love it because it gives you that sunburnt, sun-kissed look. So I put it on my nose, my cheeks. I always put it on my neck for some reason, just to bring some color down. And then I'll go over my highlight with more highlight. This is just a really simple natural glow from Laura Mercier. It's in like a golden color, so I really like that on my skin tone as well. Okay, now that we're done with the face, I'm going to go back to the eyes, finish them up. So I'm going to take that same brown shade from the Flush palette and dust it on my lower lash line. I feel like this is such a must. This step brings everything together. If you were to just leave your under eye naked, it just kind of makes you top heavy with the brows and like the upper lid stuff. So always remember to like do a little bit of dusting underneath. And then I'm going to pop this Laura Mercier stick on the inner corner. Okay, this is turning into like a Laura Mercier makeup tutorial, and that's like this is not sponsored. I'm just obsessed with them. So I'm just going to take this same stick and pop it on the brow bone as well. I just blend it out with my fingers. And then I'm going to use a lip liner, another Dalton product. Like I said, you guys, they just sent me a ton of makeup and I've been testing it out and I actually really like it. So this lip liner is the perfect color. I have to look up the shade. I'll put it in the description box. But it's really creamy. I don't know that the lasting power is as good as I'd want it to be, but for the color and like how it feels on the lips, it's definitely worth it. And then I'm going to use my favorite lip product. You guys always ask me what color is on my lips, and 99% of the time it's this. It's in the shade Cake, and it's from Glossier. It's so natural, and it basically just feels like a tinted lip balm. Because I did my eyes, I'm going to go over everything with the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Dulce. Okay, and that is it. Now I'm going to take my hair down and do all the weird poses that all the YouTubers do after they make a makeup tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love you guys so much. You are beautiful with and without makeup. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.